everything was always cooler if you were on fire. Whatever you're doing, whatever stunt you're doing, if you're on fire, it's cooler. It's kind of like in whatever stunt you're doing, like it's funnier if you're naked.
I'm Joy Bryant, and this is Across the Board. I'm on my way to meet Steve-O, and we're going to go skateboarding on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We're gonna cruise around, you know, hopefully I don't bust my ass too much.
We're gonna rip it up, we're gonna skate the Walk of Fame.
What am I expecting? I'm expecting him to do some crazy things. And I'm not gonna do those crazy things. But I am expecting us to have a great time. Because I hear he's fun, he's smart, he's got a hot vegan body, and he's crazy. Good morning. Mwah.
Good morning.
When did you start skateboarding?
1985.
I think we're the same age, so that you were 11? And
Yeah.
What was it about skateboarding that you dug?
Well, my grandma took me to go see Back to the Future, the first one. I just was so stoked on that, I couldn't even believe it. So when I walked out of the movie theater, I knew where there was a skateboard, and I just went to it, and I started skateboarding right away.
Nice. So you moved around a lot when you were growing up. Like, was that hard for you? Was that, like, how did that feel?
You know, the reality, for all the moving I did, I think if you ask me, I wasn't moving enough. I grew up in 5 different countries. Probably sounds a little weird, but I remember when my parents would tell me, like, hey, we're moving, I would think, like, oh, like, right on, like, hallelujah. Like, the next place we get to, this time, it's gonna be totally different. Right. This time, I'm gonna be the cool kid.
Give you a chance to reinvent yourself.
This time, I'm not gonna blow it, you know? This time, I'm not gonna turn everybody off. But the problem was that each new place that we went to, there I was, you know? There I was, I didn't know how to change. But the funny thing is that what made me so awkward and uncomfortable and not fit in as a child, like, I guess ultimately turned out to make me popular. So I don't know. Because it's the same exact mentality, it's the same exact personality and character defects, you know, that make me, I'm just still a guy who acts out and wants acceptance and approval. And I'm just a really sick guy. You know? But you know, when I was a little kid, I thought sex, drugs, and rock and roll was like the awesomest from like really like the get-go. And Motley Crue had a lot to do with that. I was living in Toronto, and Motley Crue came for a concert. And I called every hotel in the Yellow Pages asking for a room by the name of their manager, saying put me through to their manager's room. And I sat there.
You were 13?
Yeah, 13 years old. And I called for hours and hours. And then I got through, and I asked for the manager by name, and the guy on the phone said, no, "This is his brother Scott. Who's this?" I was like, "Is it Motley Crue, dude?" and I told him that I told him what I did, and he's like, "Dude, you just called every hotel in the Yellow Pages. That's awesome." He's like, How would you like it if I put your name on the list for backstage passes? You know.
What?
So I was 13. I met Motley Crue. That's crazy. Like now, like if you look at Nikki Sixx, you know, he got like kind of crash and burn and to a point, and then like got clean and sober. He's been sober for over 10 years now. And now, like, where he was like this bad influence mentor to me as a kid, now he's like a positive role model to me as an adult, you know? I don't know, like, but it's just wild how, like, things have changed and still, like, I look to Motley Crue for inspiration, but in, like, entirely different ways today, which is rad. But as far as, like, me having whatever success I've had, it had a lot to do with that encounter, because it became a reality. Like anything that I really put my mind to, like if I really want it, like I can make anything happen.
But when did you get into videotaping yourself?
When I was 15.
You're 15.
Uh-huh.
And why? How did that happen?
My dad won a video camera in a corporate golf tournament, and he brought it home and stuck it in his closet. And I was like, so I just went into his bedroom and I stole the camera out of his closet. As soon as I took it, I opened it up, and got it working, and I went out with my buddies and we filmed skateboarding in the streets of London. And came home and I plugged VCRs together. I figured it out and hit play on one. People don't even know what a VCR is anymore. But I hit play on one and record on the other, and I just recorded the bits where we made the tricks. And then, I edited together, and then Dad came home and I was like, hey Dad, let me show you something. I put this tape in the VCR and played it. And it was this edited presentation of our skate. My dad was like, how did you do this? I'm like, well, I stole your camera out of your closet. He's like, he was really happy with that,
Right.
I really was putting my mind to it, with skateboarding and with the video camera. That's really like the things when I was a kid. Like meeting Motley Crue, there's like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, skateboarding, and the video camera. And like roll them all into one, and that's like what my life really became about, The way it started, innocently enough, was just like, oh, I'm at an apartment building and everybody's partying, and so I just go up to the second floor balcony and jump off into the pool.